Right, with the competition season upon us and almost over, we've had the Arnold, we've had the Olympia, and now we've got the PCA British Finals, as well as some other events like NFMU and some WABA events, European. What you're going to find now is a lot of competitors have come out of prep mode, where we're very focused, dedicated, and we have a lot of desire and passion to follow a plan. Then what I get asked all the time by my clients is, and the guys that I train, is how do you reverse diet? So how do you come out of being so focused and regimented with your training plan and your diet plan, where everything's structured and written down and weighed out, to what do you do after the show? Do you just whack the calories back up, eat freely? How do you keep some sort of resemblance of condition and look at your health markers without just jamming on tons of weight, which it's not unknown for people to gain 20 or 40 pounds in a week or two of water weight and just bad weight from eating terrible foods and food choices. So the simplest way that I look at working with people is, if you're one of my clients, I would say to you, finish your competition, go out with your friends and family, celebrate, or drown yourself in sorrows, whatever it may be. But enjoy yourself. You work really hard for that whole period of 12 weeks, 16 weeks, or more passively. Then the following day, you probably got a list of treats and snacks and things you've been craving for day after day, week after week. I know I do. And that is probably the day to do it. If you're going to do it, most shows finish later in the evening, so you might grab a meal out, get yourself back to your hotel, crash out. And then the following day, if you want to go for breakfast, go and grab them like sweets and treats that you've kind of been eyeballing for 3 or 4 months. Like, get them in to your, only if you need to. This isn't like a dedicated thing to do the following day, but most people have got these burning desires and itches. Now, if you park them and try and park them and be super strict, without the calling and the date and time of you getting on stage, these things will eat away at you. And it will bug you and make you feel unhappy that you really want to eat them, but you shouldn't eat them because, you've stayed in great shape and da da da. And slowly, it'll build up and build up. And what I've seen many people is they just crash and they just go on a junk fest. They're one day of a few treats and things we've really wanted in our diet turn into a week, turn into 2 weeks. And then what happens is you get this yo-yo effect. People eat really badly, gain tons of water weight, and feel uncomfortably horrible lower back pain, swollen ankles. So they go back onto fish and white fish and broccoli. Don't eat any carbs, and then they do that for a day or 2 days, and then they crash and burn and go back to their cravings. And this yo-yo is very bad and can lead to terrible eating sort of habits and possibly even eating disorders. Now, what I'd like to do is have the one day after the show to let yourself go, whatever you want to do. And within reason, don't forcibly force food down your throat. But if you fancy something, you've earned it. If you want some healthy meals across that day, I would still go for the healthy meals. But if you want a bit of freedom after the meal or between, then fill your boots. Or you might simply just want to go back to a normal person eating 2, 3 meals a day rather than the regimented 6, 7 meals that we all kind of force ourselves to follow. Then from then on, the day you wake up after that, I would say to my clients, go back to your competition diet. So all the foods that you were eating prior to the show. So yes, go back to the competition diets, but that you was following the same foods, but just don't bother weighing them. Take that burden away from you. But if you was having, egg whites and oatmeal for breakfast, and you fancy a large bowl of oatmeal, then don't weigh it. Have a large bowl of oatmeal. Just go back to the same foods, but be free. Be free of the weighing, the burden, and the stress that's associated with that for a week. So you go back to them same food groups, and you eat as you want. If you feel like you're hungry, have a bigger meal. If you feel like you're not, don't. And when it gets to the evening, you replace the last meal of your day with a free meal of your choice. So that gives you some freedom to eat as you like. Feels like you're not on competition prep because you're not weighing foods, but you are eating fairly healthy through the day. And in the evening, you get the treat of having as you fancy. Now, it doesn't have to be a burger or chips or pizza. It doesn't have to be pure junk. It could be something healthy you've made yourself at home. Whatever you really fancy eating, eat it. But if you even fancy eating a salad, then have a salad. The freedom of the final meal is yours. You may find you get some cravings along that week still, so you put them in there. You may find that you've had your fix of cravings for the last few days, so you eat healthy every day. Simple as that. And you do that all the way to Saturday. Then on the Saturday, I would check back in with me as the coach and find out what your weight's saying and how you look. What has a week after the show done to your weight, and have you had a lot of water retention from that? And from that, we will then decide how to move forward. Generally moving forward, we would resort back to calorie controlling and weighing foods with an excess, depending on your condition, but in an excess of somewhere like 400 to 500 calories over the course of a day, which isn't a lot. And what you'll find from there is you'll stay lean as you grow into the show, and as you grow into your off season, and that 1 week of eating a few free meals that were structured and not just a free for all won't have too hard an effect. Then from week to week, we just basically check back in and see if the 500 calories is too much for your metabolism right now, or whether it's been just bypassed and we need more calories than that. And then we can add more calories over the course of the day. So I'd work with clients here. So some people have still got cravings, so it'd be better for them to have their extra calories in the form of a couple of cleaner, cheap meals through the week, because then they can work towards something. Other people would just be feeling very hungry because their metabolism's ramped up, and we can just put in more good food. They're very person dependent, but the main thing is that we keep control of some sort of body fat. And I would say look at not throwing too much weight on too fast. For most males anyway, something like a stone over contest weight should be held for the first month. Hope this helps.